This October 30th Brown County Commission meeting to order. Commissioner Kipley, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
The first item on the agenda, we have the joint Aberdeen City and County meeting with the rezone. I'll let the city take care of their first.
Councilmember Bunceness. Here. Johnson. Munzman. Bolton. Remley. Here. Ronayne.
Here.
Rupp. Here. Slate Hansen. Mayor Leeson.
Here.
We have ordinance 18-1002, nothing new, Brett?
No changes from last week.
Need a motion then?
Move to approve. Second.
Motion Ronayne, second Bunceness for second reading and final adoption. Any questions? Carl?
Councilmember Bunceness.
Aye.
Remley.
Aye.
Ronayne.
Aye.
Rupp.
Aye.
Mayor Leeson.
Aye.
We have before us the county side, ordinance 480, the South Dakota DOT rezones. I would entertain a motion. Move it.
Second.
Moved by Fishback, second by Kipley. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I wrote down something.
Oh, okay.
It was simultaneous, give it to her.
Oh,
I think Sutton as well.
Yeah, I want that one. Badly.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Move the adjourn.
That was a roll call.
All in favor, adjourn, you say aye.
Aye.
We're done.
Thank you.
gentlemen. Next week.
Have a good meeting.
Thank
No
you.
Halloween deal for us today?
No, let's just go look
Gee,
like it.
we were thinking you guys could bring us something.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Now we know.
Clearly. Thanks, Mike. Not in our budget.
Just saying, I'd be able...
All right, now get that candy out, Rachel.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I just set it for their benefit.
You put it away.
You
Thank you.
want to give it a,
No.
you want to hand it to them, Tom. You don't want them to...
Max, we got about 3 minutes. You want to take care of a couple of your things?
Okay, joint county, city minutes and general meeting minutes from October 23rd.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Sutton, second by Kipley, to approve the joint city council and the general meeting minutes from October 23rd. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Claims, I'll put the payroll in next week. We don't have it yet.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Fishback, second by Sutton, to approve claims and payroll, correct?
Right, just claims.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the HR report.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Sutton, second by Kipley, to approve the HR report. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That's part of the HR on the...
That's part of the HR. We don't need a separate motion to have that signed.
On the HR report, there was the denial by the commission on the Wolf appeal.
Well, it was, just read that, authorized chair to sign page
Page 5
5.
and page 4 of the Tanya and Torgerson appeal finding of the facts attached.
Do you want that a separate motion or just?
I don't think it matters however you usually do
Okay,
contracts.
it's just part of the
You just need
HR.
to, you've already voted on it, you just need to approve Doug's signature for finding.
Contracts, we usually don't have it.
Okay, disinterment permits.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Sutton, second by Kipley, disinterment permit. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, claim assignment.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by Fishback, second by Kipley, to sign claim assignment. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The art,
We'll go on to say that
oh,
one.
sorry.
We'll go on to the next item, being that that's part of the Derek's coming in, I believe.
Yep.
Next item on the agenda, we have Derek Ritchie, Fair Manager, discuss grandstand concession revised RFP and possible request to advertise for bids.
We had the meal reimbursement first, didn't we?
Oh, did I miss that?
That's the first item.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not on my, oh, it's behind the the HR
You
report.
emailed that to us, didn't you?
Yeah, you all got that email on
Sorry about
the
that.
meal reimbursement policy. If you're all good with that, we'll rescind the motion you had on October 16th to strike that paragraph under F3.
And will that change next Tuesday then again?
Yeah, hopefully not.
So we now have documentation from the IRS
Yeah.
that says this is how it should be done?
Correct. You got that.
I will move it. Second?
Moved by Sutton, second by Fishback, to amend last week's ruling on the meal reimbursement and state the policy the way IRS has directed us.
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now we have Derek, with the fair manager.
He might have the voters in
That
that.
way.
Sorry, you guys don't start weird.
All dressed up for nothing.
Good morning. I think somebody's in there voting is all.
I don't see him. He's over in the arches.
He's not on until 8:55, that's all.
Well, I guess we can give him a few minutes to find, locate him.
He was there earlier.
Yeah, he was.
I just saw him walk by going that way a couple minutes ago.
Well, he's got 3 minutes.
Not up to that last item you had, kind of ties in with his at 8:55, so I thought that's how we
Yeah,
deal with that.
okay. Roberta and I had the opportunity to get an intern from Aberdeen Central. Sydney Rux is a senior, and it doesn't cost the county any money. We took advantage of it. She's doing filing for us until after the election, and then she'll be doing just filing and things for register of deeds. But she's here an hour and a half each morning, just her first block last time.
Good deal.
Yeah, it is. Do you need any kind of motion on that, or add it to the HR, or are we good to go?
No,
Because you're elected, you can do that. Sounds good.
Information. Good. Good experience for her.
Yeah.
And what was the one that you had a question about? The sheriff on the first of the panels.
Yeah, we got the letter for that court security grant, and I don't know if this is something that would fall under that.
I guess the question is the judge have a hard time hearing the inmates when it's video conferencing, and they want to buy some sound panels for the jail. The question is, the price is $43.58 for these sound panels for that, to take care of that problem. There's a court security grant. Question is would this qualify for that grant, part of that? And I don't know what the grant, I know there were some specifics on the grant, but I don't remember all the details on it, what was covered. But that possibly could follow under that, and so do we want to just give the go-ahead, or we want to look at the grant first, or what?
I don't know if it would fall under court security, but it's worth asking the question.
Okay.
So
And they've gotten, because it was like 4,000 or something?
$4,300.
They've gotten a couple quotes from,
Our sound is the,
or
for
is that a
example.
sole provider here?
And Gary, do you
Should
know
we
the
call-
status of the court security?
Should we call, yeah, I was gonna say, let me check.
The deadline for court security may be November 1 also, right? I can't remember what the letter said.
Yeah, I think you might have already.
Now, if you could get an application in today or tomorrow, at least you've got it in for them to consider. Ask a question.
Is it just the judges that are having trouble hearing, or is it everybody?
Yeah, the letter.
Letter says-
States when they have a teleconferencing for the inmate, they have a hard time with the noise in the
The
background,
wreck,
so.
yeah, the wreck, all that wreck noise.
Maybe we need to reschedule the rec time.
Well, what they do is, just so everyone knows, it's just magistrate court. So they use the workout room as where the inmate sits in the chair and has the conversation with the judge, teleconferenced over to magistrate court. So I'm guessing it's a little bit security, because then you don't have to walk inmates across the parking lot. And it's also convenience. I think the Judge Anderson prefers it that way. I think he's the one that came up with the idea. I don't know.
And it's the echo because it's the bigger room. Is it possible to put them in one of the smaller soundproof? Because we have those 2 visiting rooms now, too, that I didn't know.
I guess I don't, that's just a request from the sheriff's department, so I guess I don't know what.
Do you know if the court security grant is still in place? That's what they were asking. I'll see if I can, just text me and let us know. All right, thanks. Gotta check.
Okay, we'll follow up on that a little later. Next item, Derek Ritchie, fair manager. I've been trying to get you up earlier, Derek, but I apologize, I wasn't looking at the clock close enough.
Oh, give me a chance to catch my breath. I thought I was late for the stairs, so. This is the finalized RFP document for advertisement. It takes into account the 2 things that were brought up last week at the meeting. You'll notice under 11A, it changes the language to minimum bid. And then on 11D, which will be on your back page, it also allows the proposed bidders, if we get into a competitive situation and want to make a bid that's a little bit higher than the minimum, it allows them to do that. And then under 14, it says that no portion of the contract can be sublease, sublet, or signed without commission approval, which is the recommendation that was made last week.
Is the beer that is served under there still all keg beer? Or did they, because I know it says malt beverage, they don't do any canned beer.
Some of the product was canned last year because that was all that was available from individual distributor, but they're required to put it in cups regardless.
And I suppose it's just assumed that would be the same $15 for a case if it's not in a keg, even though it says malt beverage.
The reason that it says malt beverage as opposed to others is that the only thing that is being served is malt beverage, and there's some confusion between pop products, so that's why we had to designate the malt beverage at the 15. It keeps it flat across all of them, so regardless of beer or pop, it's all flat at 15.
I think it looks good. It provides we've got a great provider right now, but we need to put it out for bids, make it fair for all the nonprofits in Aberdeen, and see what we get. So I would move approval.
Second.
Moved by Kipley, second by Fishback, to approve the rewritten RFP for the operation of the grandstand concessions. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Just a quick point, will we need a separate motion to authorize advertisement, or would that be included in that original motion?
Can I wrap them together? Okay, I would do so.
That's all I have. Any questions for me?
Nope.
Looks good.
Thank you very much.
Looking good, Derek.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, we have Dirk Rogers, Highway Superintendent, right away for Northern Valley and Northwestern Energy. Morning, Dirk.
Morning.
How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Like, I'm all right. So far,
It's early.
plenty of time.
I read your article in the County Commitment.
Yeah, I did too.
What? I just thought it was humorous, as always.
You know, I try to have a little information in there, but a lot of the people get in a rhythm of saying, oh, you know, it's fall and we got our fall work done and we're getting ready for winter. Well, no crap, everybody is. So I'm trying to touch on a few things, and you'll have to rein me in. I'm not much for mincing words, so, you know, if I
you say what you want.
well, I looked, I found a disclaimer in the front of the magazine, so you guys should be off the hook pretty good, so. 2 right-of-way occupancies today, one's for Northern Valley. It's, that one's communications, and it's right on, Old County 10, 200 feet north of Road 9 here. It's connecting from one side to the other, they're just boring under the road. So move approval.
Second.
Moved by Sutton, second by Kipling, to authorize Northern Valley to bore under a right-of-way. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The other one is for Northern Electric, and they're basically taking overhead power and just putting it under the ground. And in the document, they reference East River doing something, so they must be moving it for something that East River's gonna do, but it's nothing I know specifically about yet. But Northwestern, that's one starts at 390, or excuse me, 3, should probably just look, huh? 389. So 389 is right before you start heading down the river on 23, the road we just did 2 miles over, and it runs from there over for those 3 miles to 392. And then the overhead actually turns and goes south down the township road, and from that point south, it looks like they're gonna leave the overhead in. It must not be in the way up over there, but it's these 3 miles here. It's the one that's in the right-of-way, and they'll just put it in the ditch. Or it's the one that's overhead on the right-of-way, but they'll put it in the ditch, and I don't see a problem with it. Move it.
Second.
Moved by Fishback, second by Kipling, to authorize Northwestern Energy to remove some lines on the right-of-way. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is that all you got for us?
That's all I got for you guys.
I see they're putting gravel on 14 around on the outside edges to take care of the drop-off.
Hopefully that'll make that a little more gentle. We have to do the one over on the Pierpont Road yet. We'll do that here this fall yet, I hope. But yeah, we're doing that. We're trying to get the Richmond project as much done as we can. We basically just got to put gravel on the north end of it. We've undone everything we needed to undo in order to have it be okay for the winter. Now we just have to add the gravel back on it, on that part. And then starting from about 200 feet south of the bridge of the south end, that project, from that, the project is continuing just as planned as far as that goes. So, and you'll see the dirt we've been hogging in off the fairgrounds is coming off of the Richmond project. I mean, that was the plan for that, is we knew we were going to be generating some extra dirt, and we're using it at that location. That's where the Road 14 dirt's coming from, and stuff like that. Trying to find dirt around here, and I've known this for a long, long time, especially as you go south of town. Nobody's motivated to rip up their fields, and I understand that. So when we can get into a location like that where we have some dirt, we do admittedly have some trucking cost into it, but at the same time, you know, we have dirt again. So anyway, that's what we're doing with that. And other than that, like I didn't write in my column, we're getting ready for winter and getting the plows ready, and hopefully, we thought we were done mowing. We've had a little reprieve here, so where we've been able to, I shouldn't say I thought we were done. I thought the weather had stopped us from mowing, so we've been able to continue on with that and probably get that completed here this week too. So that's all I've got.
Very good. Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you, Eric.
Have fun. Always do.
Next item on the agenda, we have the public hearing, appeal of Brown County Planning and Zoning Board of Adjustment decision.
This is me.
Yep.
Sir, come on up.
Hi, my name is Dennis Woller, and I would like to address the ladies and gentlemen of the Brown County Commission here. I'm here appealing the planning and zoning decision made on October 16th on Highway 14 at Brainerd Township, southeast 1/4, 126 north, range 63. I was requesting a lesser setback of these two buildings I was putting up, one's a 40 by 16 storage shed, and the other one would be a building I'm putting over there, 20 by 14 for an office. And one would be 37 foot building off the line, and the other one would be 27 foot lesser than what it required. And the reason for the appeal is the cement work is done, because I was foolish enough, I didn't get permits, and really didn't hardly think about them, and in the process of too much of our building, I sold my farm, and so I'm just moving these buildings over there, and I moved 3 hoppers. I got them far enough. Hopper bins, they're 165 feet from the center of the highway, so I was okay there. And probably the only reason I didn't get the other ones moved back far out, because Randy Volsky, I had him move trees, and of course he informed me this spring that he was going to be out there going, and he was done with one big pile. He said he would be 4 piles. And so I said, well, that's going to be awful hot trying to burn those things. And anyway, he said, yeah, he said, you'll have to wait for next year. I said, well, I don't want to wait for next year to do this. But anyway, I was going to say I should have got them, but I didn't. And like I said, the cement work's done, and they've done a darn good job. And they told me it was far enough. I mean, it was man measured, and he said, yeah, he said, you're okay. So I jumped in my pickup and went drain cleaning, because I figured they can take care of it. And I hope you can see.
They said it was far enough for what?
Well, yeah, Nick, one guy, he just said he measured it, and he said, well, you're far enough away. And I said, okay. I said, I haven't checked. I said, I assumed I was. I got some pictures, though. I took him yesterday. And anyway, I jumped in the pickup and took it off, and I thought, well, they know what the heck they're doing. And but evidently they didn't. But like I said, I have the cement work done, and in order to go back any further where I'm at, I'd have to take one pipe off this irrigator, make that shorter, and move all the cement, or chop a bunch of it out. And other than that, I guess I'll wait and see what lets you make your decision and answer any questions you have to the best of my ability. And here, what I mean is I took pictures, I took them by the, and that, you get that description here, it is, oh, you got better pictures than I do.
The way I understand it, the pad itself could stay within that distance.
Yeah.
But any building would have to be...
The building would be set back another 9 foot on that pad.
Right, and in this picture, the orange flag would be the line.
Yeah.
So the pad could stay here, but to build, you'd have to...
Yeah, I'd have to go back.
Additional pad.
Extend the pad.
To one.
Well, that, and then, but in order to extend the pad far enough for this building, 40 by 16, that's already built down there at the Millbank, what you don't see over here is I put the irrigator, I brought the irrigator right up here at the end. I thought, oh geez, I gotta take the pipe off the end of the irrigator and remount it, even remount the motor on that, and take 20 foot and then be right up against there, but I can shut it off at any point,
Well, unfortunately, this is the required setback.
I know.
And this would have to be moved, and then the building would have to set beyond that flag.
Yeah, that's right.
To the west of the flag.
Like I said, that one there, they have to go back, there 37 foot the building.
Right.
And this one here would be 27, because this would be, the front of the cement here would be 10 foot longer. And this here, the building would be set back to the end, because it's a 50 foot pad.
Right.
When did you pour your concrete?
He got that done, let's see, in September there.
So it's just last month?
Well, it was, no, a little longer than that. It was, got done, and then I was stopped, I suppose, towards the end of September.
Because your variance was put in, date September 17th, so the concrete was after that?
Yeah, I mean, no, the concrete, was, done before I ever, because I got stopped in, well, Darrell Emery. They wasn't taken, the name wasn't taken off the property yet. They phoned me and said, hey, you better get down there to Brown County Commission. He said, I got a phone call, and I said, oh, yeah, I said, I'll be there Monday morning.
Sure.
So that's where I'm at. And, yeah. I took a picture this way, I guess. Which makes very little difference, but. Yeah, it was on the right-hand side of the highway yesterday, and I took a picture of it, and then I also took a,
Is there any state?
you know, but here was, it was on the same place, but I zoomed the camera up a little bit.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the same picture we have
Yeah,
here.
but I was showing it, you know, it was like on the highway.
Well, unfortunately, the setbacks are there for a reason.
I know they are.
It is part of the ordinance, and
So when you put the hopper bins up, how'd you know to get them 100 feet back?
I'll tell you what, I looked, there was these damn big piles of trees that had to be burnt, and I thought, well, I wasn't gonna even have that a little closer, but I looked and I said, well, they're gonna get awful hot there, maybe, 'cause the heat always goes up. So I just took sand and I started went back there, drove the truck, started dumping. And, I thought, well, this looks plenty far away from any highway, and it was.
You kinda lucked out there.
Yeah, I looked out there, I really did.
People
People
would just come in and get the permit.
I knew it, and I found put a couple more buildings out there, but I'm gonna definitely be here all day first. I know it's a tough place to be in, and
So the worst that could happen is you have to extend your concrete the other direction and move that building, huh?
have to, well, but
Then you got
one
your-
with the blocks, I'd have to knock the blocks all out and probably bury that somehow, I don't know.
yeah.
And, because they put a footing there, and then they put the blocks on top of it, you
Yeah, I see
know.
that, yeah.
Did you say you were moving some pre-made buildings in? Or you're...
The one building I got was just being made and set down there, Millbank, that cold
Oh,
storage.
yep.
And the other one, I gotta move it from home. I built it for my wife for dogs when she was there years ago, but she, her health went to hell. And so it's been sitting on blocks for about the last 10, 11 years, and so it's a very well made building, so I was gonna get that over there, have it all refurbished, make it look like the other one.
Sure.
And, try to keep them all looking the same, steel sided. And I got the water and electricity already set up for it, and not set up totally, but it's supposed to come in.
Well, unfortunately, the setbacks are what they are,
I know they are.
and if we start allowing things, then we open the floodgates. I think we need to stick with the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Board, and you're gonna have to extend the concrete to the west. You can leave the pad there, the pad's okay as long as you don't have any
Okay.
building with, you know, within the 100 feet. And this structure's gonna have to be moved. It looks like about 4 or 5 feet based on the picture, but it's hard to tell.
No, it's gotta go back 27 foot, and the other one's gotta go back 37 foot.
Yeah, I'm just going by the orange flag here, I can't tell
Oh.
the distance, but...
The orange flag is the 100-foot line.
That's 100.
So the buildings would have to be back behind that.
Behind that.
So this would have to be behind here, and I can't tell this distance, but...
Yeah.
And these are the hard decisions. It'd be easy to help you out, but I know your intent wasn't this, but there are people in the county that will take this precedent, just go do it and try to apologize later and say, well, you did it for that guy. And I know that was not your intent. This was a true error, but we kind of got to watch out for those things too.
Yeah, there's people watching us, that's for sure.
Based on that, I would make a motion to uphold the decision of the Planning and Zoning Board or to deny the variance.
I would second it.
Motion by Sutton, second by Kippley to uphold the appeal of Brown County Planning and Zoning Board on the adjustment of setbacks. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
Thanks for coming in, sorry.
You bet.
Thank you.
Well, I tried.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. That might be yours. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I did have a copy of that court security, and it
Should ask
doesn't
if
look
they have
like
the
it.
trees out, yeah.
He just got the same thing to do, so I guess.
I'm sorry.
You should ask if they have the trees out yet when they're standing there.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if your policy says you just acknowledge the purchases over a certain amount, or
Yep.
you don't need a
Remember
motion
either.
If it's under, you had agreed that if it was under $5,000, that you acknowledge it for under.
Anyway, the soundproofing of the jail for the judicial system is not covered under the security grant. So I guess at this point in time, we just acknowledge that $4,300 and $43.53, is that dollar amount?
435830.
Okay,
Since it's
we
under
acknowledge
the
that
fund,
for,
I'll make a motion to acknowledge the expenditure.
Second.
motion by Sutton, second by Kippley to acknowledge the expenditure for soundproofing part of the jail. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And we covered the grandstand on your part, Max. Anything else that you have? Gary, do you have anything?
Not this week.
Anybody have anything in attendance? Chris? Adam, Shannon? Wow, look at here. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Sutton, second by Fishback to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Good, I
Motion
need to go to
carries.
work.